I was already awake when the email arrived. 3:12 a.m. Subject line like a joke that forgot to be funny. I wanted a 500K sports car, so you're now a cosign for me. No hello, no question mark. Just a decision she made about my life. I stared at the screen, feeling that old familiar pressure behind my eyes. The one that came from growing up as the reliable one, the fixer. The backup plan everyone assumed would never say no. I didn't reply. Silence is a language, too. 2 days later, my phone rang. It was my mother. She didn't waste time. If you refuse, she said, voice already rehearsed, we won't recognize you as family. My father took the phone next. Same message. Different mouth. I listened. Calm, still, like someone watching a fire from behind glass. When they finished, I finally spoke. No problem, I said. But I'm confident there's one thing you're forgetting. Then I hung up. We weren't always like this. That's the part people never believe. My sister and I used to share everything. Secrets, summer plans, inside jokes whispered during family dinners. When she failed, I covered. When she cried, I paid. Tuition, rent, mistakes. My parents called it love. I called it responsibility. I built my life quietly. While they spent loud, I learned contracts, structures, contingencies. I learned how to protect myself without announcing it. They never noticed. They never had to. That was their first mistake. The truth didn't arrive dramatically. It leaked. A banker friend called me, casual tone, careful words, asked why my name had been mentioned in a pre-approval discussion. $500,000. Exotic dealership. Variable interest. My sister had already told them I was in. That was the moment something shifted. Not anger. Not sadness. Clarity. I requested documents, public records, loan histories, trust filings, everything tied to my parents' finances. I had access. I always had. They just never thought I would use it. Late nights. Quiet screens. Coffee going cold. I found the pattern. Debts hidden under my name as temporary guarantees. Old signatures. Forged initials. A family trust I funded but never controlled. Clauses that assumed my compliance. They didn't want a cosigner. They wanted an anchor. I stopped sleeping. I started planning. I moved slowly. That was important. I separated assets, triggered audits, alerted institutions using neutral language and documented concern. No accusations, just questions that demanded answers. Accountant who enjoyed silence. I didn't tell them the whole story. I just gave them facts and let them do what professionals do best. Meanwhile, I waited. My sister followed up. Then again. Emojis this time. Passive aggression dressed as affection. My parents escalated. Messages, voicemails, threats wrapped in guilt. I archived everything. Every word became evidence. The execution didn't happen all at once. It never does. First, the bank froze the loan application. Then they flagged prior guarantees. Then they asked for verification I never provided. The trust was audited. Contributions traced. Control questioned. Then the letter arrived, certified, legal, unemotional. They called me within minutes. My sister screamed. Accused me of betrayal, of jealousy, of cruelty. My mother cried. Real tears. Or practiced ones. I couldn't tell anymore. My father tried authority. Then reason. Then silence. I said nothing until they finished. Then I reminded them, I told you there was one thing you were forgetting. They asked what? I told them the truth. I'm not the family safety net, I said. I'm the owner of the net. And I just cut it. The confrontation was private. I chose that. No audience. No spectacle. Just consequences. Their finances unraveled fast once examined. Years of dependency exposed. My sister's credit collapsed without my shadow propping it up. The car dealership stopped calling. The trust was restructured. In my favor, legally, cleanly. They tried to negotiate, apologize, rewrite history. I listened, again, calm, still. Then I stood up. This is where we stop, I said. You wanted leverage. You forgot who had it. No shouting. No threats. Just reality. Now, months later, I think about that email sometimes. How casually she assumed my consent. How confidently my parents assumed my fear of losing them would outweigh my self-respect. They were wrong. I didn't lose my family that day. I lost an illusion. What I gained was quieter, stronger. Control. Boundaries. Peace. Revenge didn't feel explosive. It felt precise. like setting a broken bone back into place. I don't regret ignoring that email. I regret answering them for so many years before it. And if they ever wonder when everything changed, I hope they remember the moment I said no without raising my voice, because that was the moment I stopped being theirs.